The president has already indicated it's not on him, it's on Republicans, that they have not done enough to address this. That brought us up to John Thune, the Senate Minority Whip from the beautiful state of South Dakota. Senator, always good to see you. So this is your fault.
Yeah, well, nice to see you as well, Neil. Honestly, I don't know where the president comes up with that rhetoric. They have unified control of government. They run the whole of government. They have the House, the Senate, and the White House. And it's his policies and policy decisions that have led to the results that we're facing. The reason the American people are facing 8.5% inflation, and as you said, when the numbers come out tomorrow, it could be even higher than that, is because they have an energy policy that has shut down American energy. They passed a partisan spending bill last year, $2 trillion that flooded the zone with too much spending. And as you know, the textbook definition of inflation is too many dollars chasing too few goods.
Well, I think what he was saying, Senator, I think what he was saying, to be, I don't know whether you buy this, I don't think you do, judging from what you said, that there could have been some cooperation on lowering prescription drug prices and the like, and that Republicans balked them every step of the way. What do you say?
I don't think they've gotten their act together on that, Neil. They don't have a bill. They've been trying to cobble together a bill that could get even all 50 Democrats. The problem with a lot of these policies is they are inflationary, too. When you talk about the huge tax increases that accompany any of these ideas, that, too, is inflationary, in addition to creating conditions where workers get paid less. Because obviously, and they're talking about now taxing small businesses, for example, pass-through businesses, that gets passed on in the form of higher prices. It gets passed on in the form of lower wages for workers. So these are policies that make these problems that we're talking about already significantly worse. And that's their prescription for the future, is to do more of the same in the past that got us to where we are today.
You know, we're talking about the upcoming election, right now, the midterm election, and it looks pretty likely, and things could change, as you often remind me, that Republicans could take back the House. The Senate, though, could prove more dicey battle. I mean, more Republicans' seats are at stake, and some of the candidates who are, heading the Republican ticket in these key states, they're not the best of the candidates. They're under great stress right now. Herschel Walker comes to mind in Georgia. Do you worry about that you could be grabbing, because of some, not all of these candidates, defeat from the jaws of victory?
Neil, I think honestly, campaigns ebb and flow. There are ups and downs, and you fight every day to try and win that particular day. And all these campaigns and candidates are going to experience that. But here's the issue: I think in the end, the American people are going to vote on when they get to November, and they're looking at gas prices, and they're looking at the price they're paying for a pound of hamburger at the grocery store. They're looking at the lack of an energy policy. They're looking at a border disaster, literally, and all these economic issues that affect their pocketbooks. I think they're going to hold one person responsible, and that's Joe Biden and his administration and his leadership in Congress. I mentioned earlier, they have unified control of Washington. They have the House, the Senate, and the White House, and I think that's going to trump any of these other issues. I think it's going to be a very simple question for people, and that is, they're going to be looking at their individual circumstances, financial circumstances, and coming to a conclusion that this president and his policies have been bad for them and their families. And I think that's going to be the ultimate test that our candidates are going to be measured by.
Now, I use the word Trump, I just heard you say, now in another context, I understand, Senator, but we had the 7th hearing of the January 6th committee. You're not a fan of these hearings, that enough Republicans are not represented, Liz Cheney notwithstanding, and Congressman Kinzinger and all of that. But do you think the revelations that we have gotten are disturbing enough to have Republicans questioning Donald Trump giving another run for the White House?
In the end, that's a decision ultimately he'll have to make. I think that the hearings, as you point out, they have been one-sided for sure. There hasn't been a Republican response, so to speak, on the committee, because that was sort of ordained in the beginning. But I do think that as people think about, and we're focused on 2022, obviously. We want to check and balance against the Biden administrations and their radical policies. So we're focused on the midterm elections and trying to get the House and the Senate back. I think any of these people who start thinking about 2024, they may, people are making overtures into various states right now. That's, to me, all speculative. I think that's a long ways off. And whether the former president decides to run again is a decision ultimately that he'll have to make. My guess is there may be some others, and there already are others, who are moving around the country and doing the things that you would do if you were getting ready to undertake a presidential campaign. I would like to see them all focus, and the point I was making yesterday is I'd like to see all these potential candidates focus on helping us win in 2022, get the House and the Senate back, and then we'll focus on 2024.
All right, but if he were your nominee, Donald Trump, in 2024, would you support him?
I've said I'll support our nominee, and I expect we'll have a robust nominating process, but again, would prefer that got underway after the 2022 elections, when my hope would be that we can get the House and the Senate back.
Don't you hate journalists who keep asking that question? All right, John Thune, thank you very much,
Thanks, Neil.
Senator. Very, very good seeing you again.